Wow, I can't believe it. We were able to keep this up for a full year. We appreciate you watching and hope that these monthly newsletters are entertaining, but more importantly, bring value to you or your company. Let us know what you think in the comments below. If you have seen them before, you know the drill by now, my little Texans. I'm Texas Matt, and this is the March newsletter. Over the past year, we have talked about so many different topics, and a lot of the same ones, of course. I've enjoyed filling up this cup of knowledge for you, but it looks like there's room for more knowledge. So let's get ready. This month, we're talking about changes to safety scores, derailments, more electricity talk, managing cash flow, some big news about our driver training center, and of course, Women's Appreciation Month. All aboard! I don't know what this is, but it ain't pickle juice. As much as we love the FMCSA, we can all agree that they move slower than a corporation's response to a major chemical spill. So that's why Congress mandated that they put on some running shoes and make some changes to the CSA rating system. Well, this mandate was in 2017, so the FMCSA isn't sprinting to make these changes. I would say it's more of a brisk walk. There were a lot of criticisms and suggestions surrounding the current model, but the FMCSA has proposed 7 major changes. Now, I know this might sound scarier than a surprise DOT audit, but sometimes change is good to move forward. The major changes they are looking at are a potential overhaul of the basic scoring system, consolidating and grouping violations, simplified violations on severity weights, using proportionate percentiles instead of safety event groups, improving on intervention thresholds, a closer focus on recent violations, and an updated utilization factor. Those are the 7 major changes being addressed, and don't forget they are accepting comments on these changes until May 16th. So, educate yourself on these changes by reading the article or watching a discussion between Lanky Luke and our fearless leader and CEO, John Irwin. Check it out, article links are below, and there's a video link in the corner of the screen. Yeah. All right, well, I love you too. That's weird. He did the same thing around this time last year. Sorry, yeah, that was my boss. The big cheese, the big enchilada, the big kahuna, the head honcho, the top dog, the big shot. Anyways, he called to let me know 2 things. 1, Luke's name is Luke-de-Luke, not Lanky. Sorry, Luke. And 2, we need to touch on the State of the Union and what the trucking industry can take away from it. Like any other political theater event, the crowd was going wild, one side booing while the other side is standing to clap every 3 seconds. But one thing was clear, both sides came together when trucks were brought up. There are 5 major segments that we will break down in this article: manufacturing, infrastructure, electric vehicles, taxes, and logistics. I will let Luke talk to you in more detail in the video linked above, but to quote old Luke-de-Luke, it's more of the same for trucking under this administration. That's politics for you. Don't forget to read the article linked below, watch a more in-depth In the Loop with Luke video, or fill out the form in the description below if you have any questions. Not to derail the newsletter, but did you know that in February, a Norfolk Southern train carrying hazardous materials derailed, releasing toxic chemicals into the air? And did you know that the public hysteria surrounding this derailment is causing everyone to look at other industries in case something similar happens to them? You did? Well, aren't you a little know-it-all? If you knew that, then I'm sure you also knew that some of the attention has fallen on the trucking industry. Did you know that too? Okay. Well, how about this? Did you know that your company can get fined $500,000 for a HAZMAT violation? Aha, not so cocky now, are we? I thought so. HAZMAT transportation is a very serious and dangerous part of the trucking industry, and any part of the transportation industry for that matter. And just like the mom of a newborn baby, truckers are the ones handling hazardous materials the most. And of course, because we haul more hazardous materials, we get into more accidents than any other mode of transportation. For that reason, CNS takes hazmat transport very seriously. As you know, we're all about safety, and this applies even more when it comes to hazmat. This is why we offer so many hazmat related services like hazmat physicals, hazmat compliance training, and we even offer HAZMAT insurance coverage. Just fill out the form below and find out how CNS can help with that. If you're like my friend Tara, you will probably find yourself getting overly excited at the idea of anything related to electric vehicles. Oh man, Tara, did you hear about the Federal Highway Administration and DOT releasing the final rule on the National Electric Vehicle Infrastructure Standards and Requirements?
What? I didn't know that. I don't know what to do with myself. I'll have to get my hair done. Maybe I can wear that red dress.
Whoa, Tara, calm down. Don't get so excited.
I can't. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so scared.
There, Tara. It's gonna be okay. Okay. Tara may have had a few too many caffeine pills. So what does this actually mean? Well, it means that Biden will invest $7.25 billion to grow electric vehicle charging stations. I know there's some skepticism around electric vehicles, but many of those commenting on this rule are recommending that medium-duty and heavy-duty trucks are kept in mind while building these charging stations. Federal Highway Administration and DOT say they cannot regulate minimum standards that have not been identified in the industry, but they are strongly encouraging project sponsors to consider future medium-duty and heavy-duty trucking needs. We will have to see how the EV sector evolves for medium and heavy-duty vehicles. As our good friend Donald would say,
it's going to be great. It's going to be huge, okay? And, fossil fuels, things of the past, okay? Electric vehicles, they are the future. It was my idea, I'll coin that, okay?
Okay, Donald. Well, I just hope we get some of those EV charging stations in good old Compliance City. My baby birds, it's time for a feast. Yep, that's right. CNS has officially dropped the first episode of our brand new podcast. It's called Caution Wide Right, another trucking podcast. Loop-de-Lanky Luke is the host, and the maiden voyage of the podcast has the big enchilada himself as the first guest. That's John Irwin for those who don't eat Mexican food. John breaks down what it was like jumping into owning a small business and then the trucking industry and growing it into a company that offers services nationwide to clients of all sizes. Don't take my word for it. Give it a listen on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, or anywhere else you get your podcasts. If you have any suggestions for the podcast topics or would like to be a guest on the podcast, just fill out the form below. All right, despite the Men at Work sign that is hanging in the background of some of our videos, we do believe that women are currently a huge part of and will continue to be a huge part of the trucking industry. Even though the majority of drivers are men at 80 to 85% in the past 10 years, more and more women have been joining every year, with numbers fluctuating between 14 and 20% over the same time period. But let's not forget about women that are working behind the scenes. Not everyone in the trucking industry has to be behind the wheel of a truck. Women in Trucking recently named Trina Norman, the Transportation Operations Manager for UPS, the 2022 most influential woman in trucking. She said that her mission is to recruit, empower, mentor, and encourage women to join the elite women behind the wheel at UPS. In addition to Trina, a few other notable women in the trucking industry are Jill Quinn, President of Centerline Drivers, Marie Roberts, Vice President of Transportation for Frito-Lay, Lindsay Trent, President and co-founder of Next Generation and Trucking Association, and let's not forget all of the women we have working for us here at CNS. They're helping clients with driver qualification files, audits, CDL training, insurance, and more.
All right, Texas Matt, there's something I want to hear you say. Show me the cash flow. Oh!
Show me the cash flow.
Say it with me one time, Texas Matt. Come on, say it with me.
Show me the cash flow.
Oh, no. You can do better than that, Matt. I want you to say it with me, brother. I got John on the other line. I want to hear you say it.
Show you the cash flow.
Hey, not you. Show me the cash flow.
Show me the cash flow.
Yeah, louder.
Show me the cash flow.
That's it, brother. You got to say it. You got to yell that.
Show me the cash flow! So cash flow can be broken down into two main categories, cash inflow and cash outflow. Those two terms are fairly self-explanatory. Cash inflow is money coming into your business, and cash outflow is the money going out. The tricky part is managing that cash flow properly. Managing cash flow is crucial to the success of your trucking company, which is why we developed an in-depth video that breaks everything down for you. Click on the link above to check it out. Of course, you can always read the article, or if you just want to talk with someone, fill out the form below and one of our specialists will help you out. Last but not least, we want to give a shout out to our CNS Driver Training Center and congratulate them on officially being approved by the PA Department of Education as a certified CDL school for 2 programs, our CDL Class A Diploma program and our Hotshot Class A Diploma program. We are the first one-on-one CDL program and the first CDL Hotshot program to be approved in Pennsylvania and maybe the United States. If you are looking for better, more flexible training at a lower price, please get in touch. In addition to our recently approved school programs, we offer company contract training programs as well. All right, I would like to take a quick moment to say thank you for tuning in and watching these videos. As I mentioned earlier, we hope these help you and your business with safety, compliance, or any other issue and questions you may have. As a way to say thank you, I'm going to answer some questions that we've gotten from our viewers over the past year. The first question is Texas Matt really from Texas? Yes, I actually am from Texas. Claiming I was a Texan and not actually being one would be grounds for a Texas-sized whooping. Number 2, what's so interesting about being on camera? I actually don't care for it at all. I was forced into doing this by Top Chris. Question number 3, what's my favorite pickle? Well, honestly, I like them all. But if I had to pick one, it would be a kosher dill. As long as you don't give me one of those bread and butter pickles, then all will be good in Pickle City. Question number 4, what's your favorite hot sauce? Without a doubt, I would have to say Valentina hot sauce. I'll put that on anything, popcorn, pickles, shrimp, you name it, I sauce it. Yes! Question number 5, how'd you get into this career? Like anyone else gets into a career, I applied for the position and then I bribed them into hiring me with fried chicken.